Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. It is Saturday morning, so y'all know what that means. It is time for what every cruiser wants. And I have new cruise comments for you this week. I actually have 4 for you this week. And we got everything from people that apparently don't know how to be an adult, people who don't know how to say please, thank you, or, is it even possible? People who want to tell you how to run your own Facebook page. And finally, since it is October, it is spooky season, we have a comment about someone who thinks their cruise cabin might be haunted. So let's jump right in with our first comment. Now this first one's going to be quick, and this first one is going to be easy because look, we are all adults, or we should all be adults. We should all have a little bit of responsibility for ourselves. If you think you're going to have an issue, if you know you're going to have an issue with something as simple you should bring with you on the ship, then look, just bring it. Don't expect the cruise lines to provide it for you. But this person, they still gotta ask. Does Carnival still have warnings on using mosquito repellent? And does the cruise line provide it for free? If not, why not? So rapid fire answer, because it would be real expensive to provide everybody mosquito repellent, and 2, you're an adult. Take a little bit of responsibility for yourself. Quick, fast, and easy. Now it seems to me that if you're gonna ask somebody for something, you're going to make a request of the cruise line, maybe using the words please, thank you, hey, is this even possible? That type of thing would be appropriate in a comment. Or you just write in a comment believing that maybe because you did something, you should get something. You must know it takes a lot of effort to have a good CC meet. That's Cruise Critic. This time, we have 150 signed up for our Panorama cruise. I was told to write to you to provide 150 door prizes. Can you PM me to have a talk through? So it wasn't super rude, but like I said, missing that please, missing that thank you, missing that is it even possible? Now, first up, this person was told no. Cruise line's not providing them 150 door prizes. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the way I think. It is just my mentality that if something is organized, if I organize something on board a cruise ship and I want to give out prizes or door prizes to this particular group, should I expect the cruise line to provide those prizes to me? Or should, since I'm, put this group together, put this idea together and want to give out these prizes, maybe it's my responsibility. I don't know. Let me throw this out to you guys. What do you think? Should the cruise lines have provided them door prizes? Or do you think that since they organized it, maybe they should have thought ahead and had the door prizes ready to go? So if you have a Facebook page, a TikTok, an Instagram, or a YouTube channel, do you think that somebody else has the right to come in and tell you what you should and shouldn't put on your own page? And if you don't like the information that's on someone's particular, page, their content creation, would it not be simpler to not watch it, not read it, not view it, whatever the case may be, instead of writing in a comment thinking that they should change to suit the way you want something done? I know that your cheerleaders will be their usual pathetic selves and try to protect you. There are many more, though, who grow tired of your lurid humor and wish for more substance and less childish joking. I have asked you repeatedly if Chibang or Chu China are going to be free to eat there on the Jubilee. Instead of wasting everyone's time reading through BS from you, perhaps you will one day make this a place that actually has some cruise information. DW and I will be on a back-to-back in January. Alright, so this was, of course, was written into John Heald, talking about the information that he shares on his Facebook page. And he talks about things that, go on in his life. He talks about things that happen in his country. He talks about all kinds of different subjects. He does make jokes. And, of course, he puts out a lot of cruise information. But apparently, this person doesn't like it. This person says there are many more people who are just tired of it, and that he's wasting everyone's time by putting stuff up there that they have to read that's BS and not cruise line specific. So I'm going to say this. You know what? It's his page. I say he puts on his page what he wants to put on his page. If you don't like what he puts on his page, nobody makes you read it. I think he puts out a ton of information. Yes, he tells stories. Yes, he tells jokes. I find this stuff pretty humorous myself. Apparently this person doesn't, but you know what? Again, it is his page. And I'd like to ask, does anybody else know of a cruise line that has an individual like John Heald who's on there day after day after day doing his best to help people out? So if you don't like what he writes, quit reading his stuff. That's what I think. But let me throw it out there to you guys. Like always, what do you guys think? Should he change the way he does his own page to suit this person? Because according to them, many people are tired of it. And he's just wasting everyone's time. Or, if you don't like it, just don't read it. And finally, is the cruise cabin haunted? Well, I figured that this type of comment was bound to pop up in the month of October. But I have to admit, from all the comments that I've been reading since we started doing this show, I have never seen one where they thought their cabin was haunted. But this person, well, they kind of think it might have been. We just got back from a short cruise on the Radiance where during the night, our toilet flushed on its own. Both husband and I thought the other had gone to the bathroom, but when I looked over to see him come back to bed, he was already there. Needless to say, it scared the crap out of me, and I jumped up to look in the bathroom, the closets, and even under the bed. I wouldn't have thought much of it if I had ever heard anyone say that it could happen. To make it even more strange, we had trouble with our TV the entire trip. It would just shut off at random times. So would someone please tell me that it is possible for a toilet to flush on its own, perhaps due to another flush down the line or something? If not, then we had a haunted cabin. There was a strange presence in the room. I am not joking. What is Carnival not telling us? Did something terrible happen in our cabin? This should be spoken of. So can a toilet flush in your room like that? Honestly, I don't know. The only explanation I could even find was that perhaps, because they are connected through the plumbing, that if perhaps one flush down the way, next door or something like that, maybe it sounded like it was yours. I don't know that for sure, but that's all I could find about toilet flushing. TVs turning on and off, I don't know. Mine does it here at the house occasionally. It'll just randomly shut off. No explanation. But of course, I don't think my house is haunted either. But after all that, there's a strange presence in the room, and now they want Carnival to tell them if something bad happened in their cabin. I put this one in not because it was rude, not because it was demanding or anything else. Honestly, I just put it in because I've never heard anyone suggest that their cruise cabin was haunted before. So let me throw that out to you guys. What do you guys think? Do you think this cabin was haunted? Or do you think maybe they heard the neighbor's toilet? Perhaps something like that going off in the middle of the night. If you're in a cabin and it's super quiet, you can sometimes hear people in the rooms next to you. And those toilets, when they, that suction hits, they are pretty darn loud. Maybe you heard the neighbor's one and you're half asleep and it kind of throws you for a little bit of a loop. I don't know. I would say that is more likely than an evil spirit hanging out in your balcony cabin, waiting for you to fall asleep so they can flush the toilet. But you guys tell me what you think. Is it possible for a cruise cabin to be haunted? And that's going to be our video of this week for what every cruiser wants. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.